Hey everyone, happy Monday and welcome to another episode of Day in the Life of Vintage Classic Specialist. So why don't we see what happened here today? Cars are a bit crowded back here because I'm trying to get closed up for the night, so I got 3 more cars I got to put in here and then I'm heading home. But I went ahead and shoved all these in here with Jacob's help. So it's a bit crowded, so excuse me while I'm trying to squeeze through here. Luckily I'm a fairly thin guy, so I can squeeze into thin places. Anyway, so Rafa was working on the Turquoise 64, this beauty here today, and made a lot of progress. So as you can see, the back and the middle seats are in, and a little tight in here, so can't necessarily get in there. Let me see, maybe I can. Okay, there we go. That's better. So yeah, so back seat's in. The back seat luggage rail is in, which is this rail that goes here that kind of works in conjunction with the jail bars. So the jail bars still have to go in and on the back window there. But yeah, the luggage bar is on the back seat, looking good. And yeah, the middle seat is in. You can see it here. And hard to see because it's got stuff all over it. There, you can see it from there. The cargo floor mat is in. So yeah, the back of this bus is pretty much looking like a done bus. Cool, huh? Love this interior on these Turquoise. The two-tone green, just incredible. So yeah, there you go. Sorry, it's hard to show it very well being all squeezed back in here. The other thing is that the seal went on the rear cargo door. Front cargo door, we're still trying to hunt down the rods, which are part of its mechanism. I think Eddie Collins has a pair. He thinks he has a pair at least, so hopefully he comes through with those, and then we can finish the front cargo door. So that is what happened on this bus today. So for me, I worked on the cowlick bug and pretty much finished this door finally. Geez, this stupid one-piece windows. But you know what? They look pretty bitchin'. So I'm pretty happy with how they came out. So again, this outer scraper here, I threw the scrapers out. They came with the kit because they were total garbage. So this is a split window outer scraper. Well, on split windows, inner and outer scrapers are the same. So this is a split window scraper here attached to the metal strip that the kit came with. So I pulled off their scraper, threw it in the garbage where it belongs, and then used the metal strip and some little push-in automotive style clips. Anyway, I think I explained this before. But yeah, so this is the outer one now. It looks pretty good. And then the inner one is a piece of basically felt that's self-adhesive. So I did glue the window onto the lift channel today with its seal, the rubber that goes in between the glass and the lift channel. So I'm letting that dry. So tomorrow I will roll this window up and down, and fingers crossed, I think it's going to work great, but until I actually see it, who knows? Because anyone who's messed around with these one-piece windows knows that they can be a bit finicky. So I don't want to get too cocky or too self-assured here, but I think it's going to work well. So we'll find out. And then I started putting the driver's side together. So I got the glass in there and started messing around with the mechanism. Unfortunately, I think that this used lift mechanism here, door regulator, I think it's actually bad, because when I got it all with the window in it and started trying to crank it up, it started slipping like it was stripped out. So I may need to send that back to the guy that I got it from and tell him to send me another one that's good, because that ain't gonna work. But in the meantime, I may start putting the mechanism in, or not the mechanism, sorry, the scrapers, like I did on this side. Although it's probably better to wait till I have a working mechanism now that I think about it. So I'll probably just be leaving that side as it is until I get another good used regulator, because that one seems to be no good. But anyway, so onward and forward. The other main thing that I did on this car today, which I'll show you when I squeeze over here, is that. So I went ahead and got his speaker grill, which I bought from ISP West, that they make one for different sizes, but this is for an 80 millimeter gauge, and of course this is a tachometer. Fits in really nice, so this is a pretty nice piece. These gauges from ISP West that come pre-cut for different size gauges. So got that in, and then of course I had to cut out the little support bar that normally kind of goes, well, you can see from, where's my finger, from there to there. So cut that out so the gauge could come through there. And then also we were missing the screens that go behind these. So Eddie Collins to the rescue. He brought a pair over, and I cut a hole in one and got those both cleaned up and stuff like that and painted. So those will go in before these things go in. Everything's just kind of mocked up right now. This is not even attached in here. But yeah, the screens will go in behind those, and then everything will go in. And it should look killer. I love it. Super 80s looking, those video cockpit style gauges or whatever they're called. Scream 80s. And it's just also a very classic look that, to me at least, never goes out of style. Simple and effective there. So did that, and then started getting ready to install his brake pedal assembly, which I had previously gone and rebuilt. And then also getting ready to install his ebrake. Where is it? There it is, ebrake lever. So yeah, just trying to keep this car moving forward here. The other thing I did, small thing, but again, small things add up, is I went ahead and put on his throwout bearing. So now I can pretty much put his motor in. And I think I mentioned before, I'll probably install his bare long block initially. And then from there, I think what's going to happen is I'm going to recommend to him that we use the stock black sound board here in the motor, because I think having the louvered stainless steel shiny one behind the Van Halen motor, I think A, it's going to be too much, and B, it's going to detract from that bitchin' paint job that Kent did right there. So I think I'm going to recommend that we're going to end up having a black background here like the stock one. But I may mock it up both ways and kind of see what the owner thinks, but I'm pretty sure black is going to look better. So yeah, this thing is moving right along. And let's see, Jacob was in for a couple hours this afternoon, and he got his distributor in, so got new points and condenser in it. We put a new O-ring on it. He cleaned up the clamp that holds it to the engine case there, and put a quick coat of paint on it because it looked terrible. And now everything on his motor looks really nice, so we didn't want that one thing looking terrible because everything else looks bitchin'. And what else? We got some new linkage arms from our buddy Dave Griner over at Proformance. I don't remember if I even mentioned this, but the little arms that come off these that actuate the actual carburetors, when Jacob was installing them, the one he was putting on that side, when he tightened up, there's like an Allen screw that tightens it up on this hex bar. The thing pretty much just cracked like in half, and he says he wasn't like going crazy tightening it, and I believe him. I think there was probably a flaw in the metal, but whatever the case, one of those arms broke and they're not available separately. So our choices were either buy a whole new linkage kit for $150, which is a fairly terrible idea, or to try and find something else. And so as it turns out, the linkage arms from Impy's HPMX, which is their version of an IDF Weber, they fit pretty perfectly. They are shaped a little bit differently, but they're gonna work exactly the same and they're gonna look good. So we got a pair of those from Dave. Those will be going on tomorrow, so I'll show you guys those on tomorrow's video. And they ended up costing us like 20 bucks instead of 150. So I like that solution better. Anyway, yeah, so I think that is it for today, guys. Other than, not too exciting, but we did pick up all the seat frames from sandblasting and powder coating here for the Red 67 Beetle restoration project. And tomorrow the body work is supposed to start on that car too. So yeah, again, keeping that one moving right along too here. We're trying to keep on our pace of doing these complete restorations, including paint and body, in about a year. And so far so good. So got to keep things moving. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.